Mhm.
Hello everyone, welcome to our first Q&A live session with the Out of the Blue team. This is Karen, I'm a community manager in Rafuri, and today I'm with Tatiana. She's a creative director for Out of the Blue. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and I'm happy to be here with you to talk about American Arcadia.
Exactly. Today we are talking about American Arcadia's development. So yeah, super exciting because this is our first Q&A session. So we are going to talk about the development, design, the casting, a lot of things that you guys probably are curious about. So let's start with the basics, obviously. So Tatiana, can you talk about American Arcadia? What is American Arcadia?
Okay, so Arcadia is a retrofuturistic city set in the 70s where everybody has a very happy life of luxury and comfort. And there is where Trevor, our main character, lives. He's a simple man. He lives a very calm, quiet life, working as an office accountant.
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly he discovers that everything was a lie, that the Arcadia is not a real city, it's a reality TV show. And he has been living inside the show, and his life has been broadcast 24/7 to the
Wow.
whole world. So he needs to escape from the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to get the help from Angela. She is a worker of the show,
Mm-hmm.
and she realizes what is happening with the people that is not popular enough. They are killing them. So Trevor is the next on the list.
Oh no.
That's why Angela is trying desperate to help him escape. She knows a lot about technology and
Yeah.
about the systems of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be able to control everything inside the show to help Trevor escape, like managing lights, opening doors,
Mm-hmm.
any system that you can think about.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Can you imagine like realizing suddenly that your life it's been
Yeah.
broadcasted? That's crazy. I love the premise and a lot of people agree with me. So but yeah, for those that don't know, actually Out of the Blue are the creators of Call of the Sea as well. Another amazing game that I really encourage you to play because it's really it's stunning. So, Tatiana, what has been like the evolution since you developed Call of the Sea until you started working on American Arcadia?
All of the Sea was a smaller game. It was a story about love.
Mm-hmm.
We only have one character in there.
Yeah.
It was Nora that was talking to herself and explaining the story through everything she was discovering. But we wanted to tell the story about in a different way.
Yeah.
So the first difference you will notice is that we have two main characters in this game.
Yeah.
They are going to have conversations, and this creates a very funny dynamic between them, the conversation, and they both carry the weight of the story together.
Mm-hmm.
So we can say we have the evolution from one small game to actually two games in one, because
Wow.
American Arcadia also has two different kinds of gameplay, one side scroller and one first person game.
Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, we're now seeing some scenes from the game where you guys can see the change of perspective from Trevor to Angela. As Tatiana said before, she's going to help Trevor escape. So you're going to switch points of view. So actually, uh, I wanted to ask you about this, Tatiana, because we have already seen Trevor and Angela, but we are curious about the synergy between the two. Like because we see the game from the point of view of both of them, as I said, right?
Yes, yes, that's correct. They are very different. They are like opposites.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor is quiet, he's calm, he enjoys simple things in life.
Yeah.
And on the other side, Angela is chaotic, he's daring, she likes having fun, is noisy.
Yeah.
So it's very fun, the chemistry between them. And I said before, we told a story about love in Call of the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
For American Arcadia, we wanted to tell a story about friendship and cooperation.
Oh.
So we see how two completely strangers work together to for us the same goal. And also another thing that is how we translate these different personalities into gameplay.
Yeah.
Because Trevor, being, as I said, quiet and
Yeah.
uh, he is the one that is going to be running platforming. He's actually playing in a 2.5 side scroller
Yeah.
view, so he's going to be having all these action scenes, and Angela on the other side, she's going to be hacking devices and has to be stealthy and infiltrate places in a first-person view. So they have to fight, and they are going to be put in places where it's actually the opposite of what they are. So
Wow.
it's going to be funny how they are going to react to these situations.
Oh, that's really great. I like the fact that they complement each other and that they need to like get out of the box like whenever they are thinking how to escape. That's really amazing. How would you say it's or what would you say is the message or vision that the game wants
Mhm.
to convey?
Uh, every time we develop a game, we want to say something, like give a message
Yeah.
inside the story we create, and we want to reflect about the way we expose ourselves into social media nowadays. Like you don't need to live your life for others, doing things that you don't enjoy just because others are going to enjoy
Mm,
it.
yeah.
Like just you want something that is simple, and maybe people is not going to give you likes or things for that, but it makes you happy. Just do it. It doesn't matter that you don't need to be sharing everything in social media.
Mm-hmm.
Also that another message is that greatness is found in the ordinary too. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to be like the best doing something. Do something because you love it. And if you want to share it, do it, but just because you love it, not because you need to satisfy others, seeing or enjoying what you do. And that's the message we want to give. And actually, that's why Trevor is going to actually being killed, because he's not interesting for the audience.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying his life, doing things for himself. But this is not TV material. So the ratings are going down, and they need to remove people from the show.
Oh wow.
And that's that's how we want to convey this message.
Yeah, no, that's a really great message. I think it's amazing, and I didn't know that. So thank you, Tatiana. Actually, I'm curious actually about the inspiration. So, how did American Arcadia emerge? What was your references when developing American Arcadia?
Yeah. It from two ways, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
On one side, we really enjoy the movies that are escape from a dystopia, like
Yeah.
The Logan's Run, Truman Show,
Yeah.
all those reference, The Prisoner. So there are a lot of movies and TV shows that we love, and we thought this could be cool. Like, why don't we do something about escaping from these kind of places?
Mm-hmm.
And also on the other side, whenever we create a game, we want always that if you see a screenshot of that game, you can recognize it.
Yeah.
And we thought that the 70s was something that it is not very used on video games.
Mm-hmm.
Being a TV show, it gave us the chance to like overdo the 70s over the top,
Yeah.
like very kids and very colorful, and we really love the 70s aesthetics. For example, we did a lot of research on hairstyles
Oh.
and fashion
Yeah.
and architecture, cars, everything. So it has been really fun to create this 70s utopia city.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can say the American Arcadia was born with a mix of these two things: the escape from dystopia and the 70s.
Wow. Well, yeah, it's amazing, and I agree with you. Like at first sight, you know it's American Arcadia because of the mixture of colors and the aesthetics and everything. And I think it's really great. You were talking before about the two perspectives and the different styles. So can you tell us how was the process of design and that transition between the two of them?
Mhm. As I said before, we have like two games in one.
Yeah.
So Trevor is playing in the side scroller because we wanted, it's a bit of a metaphor, like
Yep.
he's living inside the screen, so that's why he's more in this side scroller place. And but we wanted it to be like smooth, like you didn't
Mm-hmm.
see this back and forth between the characters. So actually, every time you change perspective from one character to the other, it's like you see the screen and then you move back and you are in the Angela's world,
Yep.
or you go inside the screen. And we do that. Okay, a very small spoiler, but they're going to do that into screens and mobile phones and
Oh
other
wow.
devices that Angela is going to be using. So we want everything to be super smooth in that regard.
That's great. I mean, it's a I think it's a really mix of genres, and I love it, and people love it. Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask you about Trevor. Now we are talking about Trevor and Angela, so I'm curious about the cast, the voicing cast. So you have recruited an amazing cast for American Arcadia. So I wanted to know how important was it for you to find the correct voices for them.
When we work in Call of the Sea with CC Jones and Judy Lowenthal, we understood how important it is to have a good voice acting. In Call of the Sea, it was CC Jones alone,
Yeah.
and you completely live the life of Nora through her voice,
Yes.
and it was amazing. She's the talented voice behind Firewatch, so that's why we thought, okay, she's perfect for Nora. And after working with both of them, we really wanted to have them in our next game. So we thought Yuri was going to be the perfect Trevor. He is also the voice of Spider-Man, so we
Yeah.
can see yeah, a lot of parallels in his voice, and he's super talented. And Trevor is a really funny character because he's just like overwhelmed by everything that is happening to him,
Yeah.
and that with a good voice acting is amazing. And Cece Jones is playing the villain, that is Vivian Walton.
Oh yeah.
So this is very different. It's funny how we have gone from being the main character, like our lovely Nora, now it's the villain of the game.
Yeah.
And we have also Crisia Bajos as Angela. She's amazing. We wanted to work with her because Angela is from Puerto Rico,
Oh.
and Crisia is bilingual. So it's super fun how she sometimes throws some Spanish sentences inside the game, and she's super talented too. We are super honored to that they are interested in working in our project, and they love it because it's so different and so cinematic. And yeah, we're really happy to have them.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I'm not the only one. I'm sure who wants to like discover that when the game is out. Thank you, Tatiana. I wanted to know because you guys mentioned at some point that the story will be present as a documentary, like in addition to Trevor and Angela's points of view. So, in what ways have you captured this style?
It, we thought it could be really fun to because this is a game about TV and
Yeah.
TV shows. How why no we could add some other layer
Yeah.
on top of that, and it's the documentary. So we are going to be interrupting the sometimes the action with interviews. It could be a police deposition, like Trevor being interrogated by the police.
Yes.
If you actually check the demo that is live now on Steam Next Fest, you can see that the game starts with that, with an interview to Trevor from the police.
Yep.
Also, we are going to interrupt with other characters talking to camera and commenting things that are happening in the game. And sometimes it's going to give us very funny perspective, like saying, for example, something happens,
Yeah.
and then we see the interview and no, that's not how it happened, and or that was a lie, and things like that. So it gives us a lot of room to explore new ways of telling things in a video game, and because we are always the way we work curious to bring or incorporate things that work in other media into our games. So for example, bringing things from documentary, or as in Call of the Sea, we took things from tabletop role-playing games.
Yes.
These kind of things we think are things that makes the story richer in some way. So we wanted to experiment with all these kind of things.
That's great. Actually, right now we are seeing like an extract from related with Tatiana said before about the documentary style and Trevor like replying to questions. It's amazing. Like the game in general is like a mixture of a lot of things, genres. That's really really creative, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. So thank you so much, Tatiana. I was like actually reading the chat on Twitch, and people agree with you. Like Logan's Run, the Truman Show, that those are references like very common on social media, and people is like, yeah, instantly sold. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being here. And also, we wanted to remind you that, as Tatiana said, the demo is now live. It will be live until October 16. So please make sure to try it, because it's an amazing glimpse of what the game is going to be. It's going to be amazing. So thank you so much, Tatiana. It's been a great session with you. I hope we can have you again anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know if you want to say something before we wrap up.
I would love that if you like this kind of themes that I told you, just try the demo, because I think you are going to like it. And a lot of people is telling us that they are craving for more.
Yeah.
And the game is going to have a lot of surprises, and every level has something different, and the story is going to surprise a lot. And as Call of the Sea, I think at the end of the game, you are going to live with something to think. So just go play the demo and wishlist if you like it.
Amazing. Actually, there's someone in on Steam who says that already played the demo and it looks amazing. The visuals, the music are great.
Oh, thank you.
Gameplay is really cool, and those camera changes are really well placed there. Also, the movie style with the changing perspectives. Looking forward to playing the whole game.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, also they also know Call of the Sea and the astonishing story the game had. So yeah, a lot of people also are here because they know you guys from the game you developed before. So great job. I wish you all the luck in the world. And yeah, as I said before, I hope to see you soon, Tatiana. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
See you soon, guys. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.